I just replaced this condensate pump in a Hoshizaki reach-in freezer. These are kind of a high failure part. I want to take this one apart and see what happened in there. I don't know if it's going to be easy to take apart. It doesn't seem like there's any screws holding it together, so I'm just going to start prying at it with a flathead. Wow, that was pretty easy. So in here, there's a pump. And this is like a, what would you even call this, a solenoid pump? It's got a check valve on each end and a little thing that vibrates in the middle. And here we've got a relay. There's one transistor down there, and yeah, there's not much else going on up here. I heard this relay clicking when I diagnosed this as bad. I don't think the relay's a problem. I think the solenoid pump right here is the problem. We got torque screws holding it together. I ain't got a torque screwdriver up here, man. I don't know, bro. But I got Allen keys. What are the chances I grab the right Allen key first try? Man, it's dry in here. See what's on the other side. So there's one of the check valves. Little tiny little duck bill, and it's apparently hard as a rock. Yeah. That's not rubber anymore. That's solid plastic now. Some little plastic piece fell off of it, got lost in the steering column, so it's gone forever. There's another duck bill inside of this part I can see. I can't get it out of there. Yeah, so the duck bills, the little check valves, have completely turned to hard plastic now. So that's probably not helping matters. But this pump wasn't vibrating either. It was getting hot, but not vibrating. That little white piece that just disappeared, I believe it was the diaphragm part. There's a magnet in here, I guess. Yeah, there's a permanent magnet right there. So that's supposed to vibrate back and forth. That's supposed to make that little white rubber thing compress and expand, and these little check valves are supposed to make the water flow. But they don't last because, well, just look at it, man. Look at the size. That's the check valve. So what's it going to take to clog that or get it to stick open? And look at this. I'm trying to bend it and it's just shattered. See? It's about as soft as a piece of glass. So why don't these last? Well, in my uneducated opinion, they don't last because they're built poorly. It's pretty straightforward. Right here appears to be a thermal fuse. I wonder if that's open. Buzz it real quick and see. Thermal fuse is closed. What about the coil? There's the wires to the coil right there. I don't get no buzzation action happening in here. What's the resistance on this thing? Like 700 ohms. It's intact. So the point of failure of this pump was the rubber disintegrating. That's what happened to these. These take about 5 minutes to change. They're a bit expensive. There's really no sense in buying the part and paying for labor to get it put it in. You could figure out without anybody telling you or looking into instructions how to change one of these pumps. They're pretty simple. But anyway, this is parts Autopsy, not parts Canon. We're not talking about replacing parts. Taking them apart to find out what happened. And that's what happened.